on he tools of data collection. This is one of the field of exposure that he likes to explore. One of the great contribution that he has given to the teaching fraternity is the he has initiated a 1 week workshop on an online platform called Moodle, which no one has done till date. This is one of his contribution towards workshops, seminars. He keeps holding this workshop and seminars for the young researchers and scholars. So technically very sound. Welcome to you, sir, to this particular session on e-tools for data collection. A warm welcome to you. Over to you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, once again, I welcome you all. Before going to my session, I would like to thank Dr. Chandramali sir, Dr. Jyoti madam, and Sandhya Rani madam, and other co-organizer for this event. And also, I would like to thank all participants to patience listening since last 1.5 months. So let's discuss about the few of things. Before going to my session, I would like to mention here the few of things. I'm not a technical person, but we explore a lot. So during since last 1.5 year, we are extensively using these e-tools in our other platforms like FDPs, webinars, our student classroom, and research activities, and so on and so forth. So you are using it. So this is about what we explored. So I'm going to just discussing those points with you all people. So I'm going to share my screen now. Is it usable?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, ma'am. So today I'm going to discussing about already Madam told the use of e-tools for data collection. So myself, Siddhappa Madar. So we'll start the presentation now. My content of presentation is like this. First, I would like to discuss about the modes of data collection, e-tools for data collection, basic requirement to create e-tools, and but the advantages, I'm just going to briefly advantages I'm discussing here. And 3 things I'm going to discussing in detail, that is Microsoft Forms, Google Forms, and Monkey Survey. So this is a bit of content. Let's discuss about the modes of data collection. Here we have the face-to-face interview. So that is also used in many context. So that is, so I'm just using the face-to-face interviews with the help of either paper or technology-based. And one more, we have like a paper-based interviews, that is traditional methods we used to call it. So that is there. It is also called as a person assistance personal interview. So we have another like telephonic interviews. The other corporate and business sectors, they used to conduct the corporate, like, they used to conduct interviews on telephonic interviewing method. And other one more area, so which is I'm going to discuss about today now, the online interview methods. Online interview, so methods. Here, there are 2 options here. The one is web-based applications and application-based applications. So we had discussed about in last session, we had discussed about CAPI and TAPI, that is computer assistant and technology assistance personal interviews. And so we had discussed with the Gangotri madam session. This is the continuation of that session. So I am just going to discussing about the online interviewing tools. So what are the online interviewing tools we can use for our research here? So next, the e-tools for data collection is, we have the plenty of e-tools available for web. So that is like, for example, you can see here the Google Forms, Microsoft Forms, Monkey, Survey Monkey, WP Forms, Paper Forms, and Juho surveys. And also we have in a social media also, they have some e-tools they have prepared like this. And if you take example of Facebook, they have options like data collection options and feedback collection options they have. And Instagram, YouTube also they have like e-tools. Here, there is a paid and free versions are available for this. Paid and free versions are available in this. Okay, so I'm going to discussing more about the free versions which are available for us, all of us. We can use for our own research. So mainly I'm going to discuss about Google Forms, Microsoft Forms, and bit of SurveyMonkey. Before this is also just the example of other forms available for using. The many of us paid version and a very 2 to 3 like forms are available for free version now. So this is the few example for that. I'm not going to discuss about too much here, and I'll just move on to the next. So there is a study conducted in USA. So they have conducted the studies and social media news sources. They found what are the sources of social media here. So you can see here there is a predominant social media is Facebook and other media also. So nowadays the youngsters are focusing on social medias. We can start the collecting data with the use of social media also. Let's think about if our study is about social media, online studies, or e-shopping or e-commerce, etc. So we need to go for the such a survey methods. So what we have already discussed in this. So, and next is about what are the advantages we have here when we are saying the technology. So we have the technology is enabled research now. We are in the era of technology enabled research now. It means we are going to, the technology is going to help us to reduce the human effort. So that is the one point, and we can reach any part of the world within a fraction of a second. So that is, we have options with the using of these tools, and cost effective. Yes, of course, we are spending very, very minimum time and energy. So if we are using only free versions, we are not spending any rupees for this. And it is completely eco-friendly nature. So we are not going to use any paper or pen here. So we can reduce that. We can contribute eco, and we can reduce the paperwork also. In convenience is concerned, that respondent and researcher convenience is considering here. The respondent can answer any time of what he feel free, and researcher also can take the responses what he frees and what he thinks like. So responses is concerned, very quick responses we will get it once the person is submitted. So within a fraction of second, we are going to get it, the responses in our database. The responses is very enhanced nature. So we well define the responses. Say for example, the age in years. So if we are mentioning that, so that responses we can restrict it also. I'll just give examples when it is demonstration will come. So that is enhanced responses. We can see here the error. If we have prepared a well tool here, so the less errors we are getting from the responses as such. And the data is concerned, we are getting data into real-time data. So the responses is submitted and we'll get the responses like that. Simultaneously, the communication will be the real time only. And there is an option in multilinguistic. So we can use any Google accepted languages in these tools. Like say, for example, if you want the Kannada and English mix, we can use it. If you want Kannada and Hindi, we can use it. Only Hindi, that is also possible. The only that language should be in Unicode, that's all. And the space is concerned, the Google and other platforms, they are giving the free cloud space. The storage, what we are getting the responses from our respondents. So that is freely saved in global cloud. We can access and we can reach anytime that data. And one more thing, we did not worry about data entry, coding, and tabulation, some point of tabulation. So this is are the advantages which we supposed to be get it from the Etools here. Then what are the basic requirement to create Etools? I already told it. So we are going to focusing on only 3 important tools, that is Microsoft Forms, Google Forms, and SurveyMonkey. This is a basic requirement here. The 4 things we need to consider first. The first, we need to create a Gmail. If we are using Google Forms, we need Gmail. If we are using Microsoft Forms, we need to create either Outlook or Hotmail in Microsoft Office. And if we are using SurveyMonkey, so we need to create SurveyMonkey, or else we can use our Google Gmail into SurveyMonkey also. I'm going to just demonstrate in later stage. And secondly, we have to keep ready our questionnaire or tool of the study. So before going to this session preparation, so we need to clarify the questions. We need to test our questionnaire, interview schedule, or any type of tools we need to do test, pre-tested tool we can use for this thing. And we need to prepare a subsections in the tool of the study. So subsections is nothing but, say for example, if I have 4 objectives, I need to form the questions on the basis of my objectives. So first objective is about the personal profile of the respondent. So on that particular head, we are going to ask the questions. Second question is to study about economical status. So that is like the section 1 is personal details. Second section is economical details, economical background, such that. So we need to prepare and we need to list out the subsections which is available for us in tools. And we know the nature and type of the question. So here the question we should very clearly know that. So whether it is in the WH questions, whether it is descriptive nature, whether it is require very short answer, whether it is require numbers, so whether it is like the close-ended questions, whether it is like multiple responses, that we need to understand the before going to these tools, creating these tools. So this is the basic requirement. One is mail, and second one is the questionnaire, and third one is subsections we need to know, and the nature and type of the questions. Here I'm just going to the first tool is Microsoft Forms. So as we know that Microsoft Form is the one of Microsoft Office product. So they're freely available tool for data collection. So we can use for research purpose, registration purpose, or any academic like certification creation or quiz conduct, as something like academic things also we can use that. So now we are going to focusing on only research purpose. Now I'm just going to switching over here. So I'm just going to demonstrating the tools available here. So that login I told you, so already, so we need to create account for us. So before going to question here, this is my account I have created. I just joined that particular account here. Once you entered into Office 365 account, so you'll get a lot of applications which is freely available for all of us. See this side left corner, you can see that Word form. We can use it for more things. Excel, PowerPoint, cloud space they are giving. So and so forth. We can get it here. And when we enter here, we can type it here. So the forms. So we'll get here. So once you entered here, you'll get it. So if you already created any forms, you'll get it here. See, there are other created forms are available here. So once you find out here, click here. So you'll get the new response, new forms. So queues also available. You can go for it. So now we are going to discussing about only form. So new form, we click here, new form, you'll get the new form. In new form, yeah.
So it's not changing. I mean, your slides are not changing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Now it is usable, ma'am.
Yeah, now it
Yeah.
is moving.
Okay. So once you are logging here, so you'll get it like this. Okay. Once you are logging here, so we'll get it like this. This is available on Office 365 account, Microsoft Office 365 account. So I have login from my ID. So here, and in two options we can available here. One is queues, one is form. So I'm just going to demonstrate here in form. Sorry. Okay. So in Microsoft Forms, so there is a two options here. You can see here. One is questions, one is responses. Responses we'll see later. And first I'm going to discussing about the questions. So this is like the preparation of our tool. Here, so we need to enter the title. The first title, we can just write it down, type it down. If we are already prepared tools. So I'm just taking one example of one of my friend studies. So here title you can see. And if you add themes also available here. Here, the first you can select any of these themes available. So you can select any themes, which is, and you can also add image. So this is studies about junk food. I'm just going to add junk food related images here. You can search it junk foods. If any images, you can just add simply here. So now it is going to be capturing. Yes. So like this. So we can just create the themes like this. So if you have any description like a declaration or something like detailed declaration or note or objectives, any instructions, just you can write it here. So I have declaration here. Just I simply just pasting here. So there is a declaration. So I'm not going to read these things. It is not like not required also. So I'm just giving example for this thing. Okay. So once you are started here, you'll get the questions, the list of type of questions here. The first is choice. So this is also called multiple choice options. The text, short text and long text will get it. A rating. So rating will get thumbs up, rating will get it. Dates will get it. Rankings, like it. And file uploading options is there. And net promoting score and section. So we need to start with the section. The section number 1 is about, say for example, personal detail. So personal detail, you can just, if you want to add any description for this, you can just add it. Otherwise, you can leave blank. So I'm just going to starting question. The first, this is section 1 and personal details. And the first question is, I'm just going to be taking here. So this is about junk food. The first question is about Aru is junk food. So automatically when we are pasting or when we are typing the questions, the answer will pop up here. If it is in the server, so it is going to be pop-upping. So yes, it is like yes or no question, just I am adding here. And so this is question is required. I'm just clicking here. This is question is required, the mandatory question, the respondent has to be answered it. And next is the text. I'm just taking example of this. So name, I'm just going to take it. So name, I'm just taking short answer. Here, the server will ask whether it is long question answer or short question. If it is in short, you just leave it like that only. If it is in long, you just click here. And third option is rating. I'm just taking example of how do you rate junk food. For the example I'm just taking, you can take 5 star or 10 stars, or number also you can take it like 6, 7, 8, or you can take numbers or star. If it is star, okay, you can take up to 10. There is options here. So up to 10 you can take it, or 5 you can take it. So that is a range left to the researcher. And yes, it is very important and required questions. So I'll just going to be next thing. Date.
ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಬಂದ TV5 ಕತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಹೌದಾ?
Hello.
TV5 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಜನ.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Can you see my screen?
No, it's gone.
No, sir.
Yeah, okay, 1 minute. I'll just. Yeah.
Yes, it's visible, sir.
So next question is about, say for example, if we wanted to know the date of birth that particular person, you can just add it. For the example purpose I'm taking, if you want you can take, otherwise you can just leave it. That when we are dates are requesting the respondents, it is going to be taking like month, date and year. So it is also required. I'm just putting like required questions only. So next is like ranking. So before that, I'm just going to be one more example. Yeah, multiple choice. So if it is answer, the responses is the list of many, like say for example, if we are asking about the parental occupation, so we may cross about hundreds of responses. So in that case, we need to put it into actually drop box. That is called drop box. Say for example, I'm just simply pasting here. This is actually the list of occupation available. And just for the example I'm taking here, if you go for any occupation, so there are like 100 plus occupations are available. Once it is the list are here, so we need to be like the restrictions. You click here and you'll get drop down. So it is going to be drop down box in responses. I'll show you how it is like looking like. So drop down box, instead of this list, we'll get it only one column, and where we can select from that list. And the next is about ranking. Yes, say for example, if we have the list of items. Say for example, yeah. So say for example, we are going to assessing the satisfaction level of that particular products or particular sales and services. So we are going to take in here the one by one. We are just like example of the website, sales, service, like quality of product or goods. So we need to understand the what is the first preference and first rank which is giving for that. So I'll show you it is required. Yes, automatically taking it is required question. And next is about, yeah, like it scale. It will take the list of questions in different ranges. Say for example, we have the same question. I'm just going to take here in different manner. So how satisfied you are with following details. So here the automatically it is showing that if you want, you can just add all. So I'm just adding the 5-point scale here. So here just I'm adding the same thing, website, next is sales, services, or quality. Quality. So like that, we can add it here. So this is showing that if we have the more questions which is in the same nature and same category of scaling, so we can add it here under as like a scale. So it is also required and we can restrict it here. And we have like the file uploading options also there. So if you just click here, you'll get it that it is going to be creating the folder for us for in OneDrive. Okay. So if any documents is required, you can ask them to upload your documents. So like number of documents we can restrict it here, and space, the size we can restrict it also here. If you want to the change of the format of particular type, so we have options like the Word, Excel, PPT, PDF, image, video, audio. So you can, the better to choose PDF. It is going to be compressing our data and space. So it is very important. And next is question is about, so net promoter scores. It is also going to be like a 10-point scores. So it is like this. So I'm just going to be example of it is automatic taking an example. I'm just leaving like that only. And this is the kind of like, I have prepared here. I'm going to be like preview. You just go to preview. You'll get preview here. Is it usable? Hello?
Yes, sir, it's
Yeah,
visible.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it is
So,
visible, sir.
yeah, so this is the title, animation title. You can see the themes also. It is like actually we have computer and mobile based. Actually, you can just clicking here, you'll get the mobile based here. Okay, so when you're clicking computer, so you'll get it here. So you can also use tab also here. That is like how the respondent will get the responses like this. The section 1, the personal details. Say for example, it is, so writing here the 5 stars and date of birth, it is going to be taking into some dates. Okay, so I have given example, so we can enhance the the quality of our responses. This is called like, we can restrict it and we can specify the things. So this is called like, drop down box. You can get a list of thousands and hundreds list. You can get it and they can choose one from the list. And this is rank. The first, say for example, my satisfaction is like, the first sale is the first. Assume that sales is extremely good and website is like fourth option. I'm giving fourth per website. The quality of goods is second and service is third. Say sales is one, quality of goods is second and services is third and website is fourth. My ranking is this. So you can add the questions which is rank based. Like it scale, just like this will come. You can take any number of questions here and the scale, measurement scale, you can put it here. So you can select any of these things. Say, so any responses, the statement is empty. It's like we need to upload the document. So it is showing that, see, the nature of document like PDF and the size limited 10 MB. So we have to compress and upload here. And next is like, so 10 point score is there and how likely. So we recommend our colleagues like that. So like this, we are getting the responses from once it is submitted. So once it is submitted, so the responses will get immediately responses we are going to be recording on in our short form. So this is the one thing, and you just come back here. I'm going to demonstrate the responses things here. I hope, do you remember that last time we have get feedback from this platform only, the Microsoft form we used for this. This is just example for that also. You can take it, you can look it here. And we got 34 responses of this particular thing. Here we are getting actually the responses sheet, responses. So total responses is 34. The average time they have taken for to fill this 2.09. So it is closed because the date we have given here. So it is closed already. And everything, the question wise, we are getting the details. See. So like this, we are getting the graphical presentation of this. And we can also get it, the import the all data into Excel. Excel is usable for all of you. Hello?
No, sir, it is not visible.
Yeah, 1 minute. I'll just change. Okay. Yeah. I think now you can just see the responses here. In Excel sheet, we are exporting the data actually here. So I told the initially, so once we are into like completely, so enter getting responses, we did not worry about the codings. Here you will get it, the all coded information here. So this is actually open-ended questions. Any other suggestions? So we have given like this, and this is all the close-ended questions, and we are getting information like this. If you're collecting 1,000 together, you get very systematic and the disciplined manner it is going to be capturing. And one more thing, so the date and time of that particular respondent field, that is also we are getting to this platform here. So when he started and when he is finished and how much time they have taken. So actual data we are capturing from time, date, and everything here. So this is just leave because we are not using the paid version. It is showing like this, anonymous. So that is okay, no problem. Is there any question for this thing? Actually, I'm just going to be shifting for another. So if you have any questions, just you ask, like, you can go. Otherwise, we can go ahead, I think. Is that okay? Or do you have any questions till now?
I think you can go ahead, Sadapa sir, because there is no questions on even chat box. So
Okay.
you can
Okay,
go
fine.
ahead.
Okay. Yeah. The next is Google form. So many of you already know about it. So I'm just sorry, just give me 1 minute. There is a problem in sharing. There is a problem in sharing. Yeah. So can I see my screen?
No, sir. It is not visible, sir.
Okay. Now it is, I think.
Okay, sir. Okay.
It's visible, sir, now.
Yeah. Thank you. So once you're going to like email, you'll get it there like dots here. Once you click here, so you'll get it drive. So you just click here, so you'll get drive. So in Gmail, it is inbuilt features they have given drive. So you'll get it lot of options like this. You can see that new, you click here, new, you'll get it Google Forms. The same what we have seen in the Google Microsoft Office, we can get it the same platform here. So we'll get it blank form, queues, and templates. So we can get it like this. So I'm just going to be form. You can also use the same thing here, that responses and questions will be the same here. So we can completely start working on this. Say for example, the title, description, title. So if you want description, you can just add it. So the questions, like you can add questions the same, I'm just taking. So if it is, say for example, the same options there, it is like giving, okay, the yes or no questions, you can change like the one you are typing the questions, you will get it, the details of here. The same thing, we have short answer, paragraph answer, multiple choice answer, checkbox, dropbox, file uploading, same what we have seen in the previous, the scale based. So scale based, we can see the multiple choice, the list, we can get it here. Okay, checkbox, we can get it, time and date. So they have added actually the time and date. So date is there in Microsoft Office, and time they have added here. So you can select any questions and do the things. The same thing, we can click here, the required answer. So once you are like the same thing, you can also copy and paste. Say for example, if it is the same nature, you can say for example, how do you rate? So it is the scale based. So you can use the point scale or 10-point scale. You can just use to rating. Yes, it is required, and you can select any other questions like Dropbox. I'm just showing the parental occupation. So I'm just showing here. So parental occupation, we have Dropbox. So once it is like Dropbox, it's going to be showing. So it is necessary, and so we can like that. So we can have the as much as we want the information, we can just restrict it. I'll show you the number. I'll just give example of number restrictions here. The same options is available. If it is age, yeah, short answer. If you go for restrictions here, the descriptions and responses validation, there are options here. If you go for validation, we'll get the responses like that, like this. So you can use this platform to restrict it. Say, for example, if I wanted to collect the information from age 18 to 50, so we can restrict it our responses like this. So we can restrict those who are completed 18 only, they can fill it. Those who are like, this category, we can say like this. Okay. So once it is like this, so we can ask or create the questions. The same way we have the preview option here. The preview, just click here, the previews will get it like this. So even you can customize the themes, color, you can choose images from your drive. You can customize with the color, image. So you can select any image from this. So it is uploaded. Okay. And this is the same like this. We can just see the preview here. The first is SR no question. Second is rank based 10-point scale we have taken here. The parental occupation is the multiple option drop down box. So we have to select anything. And age is restricted actually, that if we are adding, it is not taking actually. So if we are going to submitting here, so it is not taking because we have restricted only 18 to 50. So like that error will come. So this is like preview version, it won't show it, but it will show in the real time. So like this, and the for the sharing information, say there are settings here. One is, if you want to collect the data or email IDs, we can select here, collect email. Automatically it is going to be collecting email IDs from responses. If you're selecting, you wanted to limit the one respondent from one person, you just select here. So limit to one responses. In one email ID, one person can respond in it. So like that, we can just selecting these things and we'll saving the details. So once it is saved and we have sharing this sheet into multiple options we are getting here. One is the email IDs, we can type it here, or we will get a link. So just shorten the link. So copy and paste or send it anywhere you want. Or you can use the social media platform to share also. Facebook you can share, Twitter, so like that you can share it. And so that embodied code is using for the software people that we can use also. Okay, so this is what the Google form is about. And responses, you can see the responses. I'll just show you one example of responses, how we are getting the similar to the previous one. So this is actually the registration details. We got it from this. And you can see the responses here. The one by one responses, we can see that. The all responses we got, it's around 72 responses. The each the details are available here. Each question wise details are available. This is a question actually we prepared for registration thing. So we got responses here. The similar way we have spreadsheet here. We will get the spreadsheet here. The one is like what we have seen in Microsoft Forms, we can see here. So I hope it is clear. Like this, you can use it. And third one, yeah, I'll be just changing the slide. I'll just wait for a minute. I'll just come back. And one more thing. So monkey, is it my screen usable?
No,
No,
sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, please. Thank you very much. I'm switching over. 1 minute, please. Yeah. So one more thing actually, so I'm going to discussing about the tool that is the Survey Monkey. So if we are ready to, we are comfortable with paying, so we can use this tool. It is extraordinary build and there are a lot of features are available here. So for login purpose, we can use any of our IDs. So I'm just going to use of my Gmail. So once you are login, so you'll get it to know that create survey. Create survey, you just use it. In create survey, you'll get it that options in the left side options, you'll get it. Like you can copy from any sources, copy and paste is available. You can buy the targeted responses. If it is business oriented, anything information you want to collect, you can just collect the responses from that particular thing. And you can also import the questions from either Google account or Microsoft mail, Microsoft form or Google form. So you can start also our own template. So you can start any own template. There are the inbuilt templates are available for all of us. We can use that thing. Say for example, that volunteer feedback we can use, the meeting feedback you can use. This is all own things they have built it. We can use for that thing actually. Or else we can create our own thing. So we can start creating our own thing survey. So we can start it here. So this is example of what we have got from the previous things. We can start building our questionnaire through this. Say for example, if my study is about the perception of junk food consumption among college students, we can just so we can start building our question. If you want description, you can just write it. Otherwise, you can leave it. So new questions. Say for example, the name of respondent. So it is automatically going to be taking the responses here. See that single text box. So once you are writing, and it is going to be taking. So like that, you can edit and modify it. So any questions you can just take example. So it is going to be showing here. For example, if my question is yes or no, you just type it here and it is automatically taking. So if my question is yes or no, see, my question is, do you eat junk food? So it is showing yes or no questions. Or else, so we can also take the new questions. Here there is a text thing. So we can select any type of nature of responses like this. So multiple choices, we can select it. Drop down boxes available, rating scale, ranking, slider, multiple boxes available, contact information. So comment box, date and time, and matrix. So like this, what we have seen in the previous version, you'll get it like the multiple options here. That the due to restrictions of payment, so they are not giving the other like usability, like same for example, we have the design part, so we cannot go for this these things like preview scores, so we cannot go because until and unless paying the amount of their subscription, we cannot go here. And we can also collect the responses, and we can analyze the responses with a tabular format. So we'll get a tabular format responses here. And the nextly, the final one, we can write a result here. So this is the one, multiple things is available here. So like that, what are the things we are using database here? So that is for free version only. I'm not going to discussing about 3 like preview or collecting responses, analyzing result, or presenting, because I'm not subscribe of this software, so it is not giving us the space to things. This is about like monkey survey. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to stop here. So if you have any questions, you can just ask me and I'll try to answer it.
Sir, data collection using this kind of things, like, do they accept this kind of data collection in conventional universities?
The thing is actually, this is actually the agreement between guide and you. So what if the guide is agreed, and so it is okay. And before that, we can do one more thing. Actually, when you are proposing the topic and when you are submitting the before your synopsis, you just plan for this and propose it to the committee. So they will decide it.
Okay.
So the first thing we need to understand, if it is in the qualitative nature, so we should not go for this. Okay. Because we need more interaction, discussion, or other things. So if it is in quantitative nature, we can go for this. And one more thing, we can we have 2 options here. One, we can go with our tab or mobile to collect the data with the questionnaire. So or e-tool with the e-tool, or else we can send the questions to respondent.
Okay.
So we can use like, so instead of paper, we are using tab or mobile for data collection. That's all. The same as we are collecting data from the field also.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other questions, please?
There's a question in the chat box, sir.
Okay. Yeah. What is the difference between Google and Microsoft Forms? Actually, there are the same the model they have developed. When we are discussing about 3 things, no, there is the similarities are there. So there is no much differences. Only the thing, the features and software and the builders is different. That's all. So we can use any of 3 is okay. Either Google Form or Microsoft Form is okay. The same only. So the features more or less very similar. You can say like 95% is similarities there. For security purpose, you just go with Microsoft Forms. They're well off with security features.
So if you want to use Microsoft Forms, then we have to download Microsoft Office, right?
No, madam, no need, I think. So one is we need to create Microsoft Office account.
Okay.
Microsoft Office 365. So we need to create, we will get it all the Microsoft products. All Microsoft products will get it the free. So in a pre version, there are limitations. If it is a paid version, you will get what I thought, that is only the free version only. If you go for the paid version, you will get later updates, advanced features. like SurveyMonkey, we'll get it the advanced features. We can collaborate with any universities. We can collaborate with any other respondent, other stakeholders. So like that, there are many features are available for that also, ma'am. So any other?
Maybe I think this
Okay.
is a new experience for the participants. Maybe that's why they are
Yeah,
not
it's okay. Yeah.
asking any
I don't
questions.
know. I don't know how much justice I have given for this topic.
So if you would like to give your feedback, you can give it to Dr. Siddhappa sir with regard to his
Yeah, thank you.
presentation. Dear participants.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, yes.
Good afternoon, Siddhappa sir. I am Girish. Sir, after listening to your answer to Dr. Ms. Nandini's question, what I understood is this kind of, the online survey method is not that much helpful in conducting PhD studies, and I think it is very much useful in conducting online surveys like that. I felt like that. Can you clarify me?
Sir, what now I'll just give you an example of my studies. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So my study is about 981 respondent with a 10 page of questionnaire.
Yes, sir.
So I have taken 6 months to collect it.
Okay.
Okay, in 2014 it was actually.
Yes.
The cost of my data collection was it's around 89,000 something, like 1 lakh, around that.
Yes, sir.
If we are using these tools, we can simplify and we can reduce our cost also, the time and cost.
Okay.
So instead of one of my friend helped to enter the data entries. So he has myself and my friend, we sit together for 3 months to enter the data. You just imagine, we are saving 9 months time. So 9 months time, you just imagine that my worth year is gone for these things only.
Okay.
If I could have convinced my guide to doing these things, no, I could have done it. So that time actually I was not aware of it, and so I missed it. Now what we are doing in my department, our college, so we have started the encouraging student to conduct the research on the basis of these tools only.
Okay.
You can see a lot of papers like eco we can contribute eco. So that is the thing actually, sir. So if you convince that is a no problem actually.
Okay. It depends on our guides.
Yes, sir. And before in synopsis proposal itself, it proposed it.
Yes.
The committee will decide.
That we are going to collect the data.
Yes.
This means.
Yeah. With the help of e-tool, I'm going to collecting. And you can specify the tool also. The Google form, the paid version Google form, just I'm using for it, or Microsoft or Monkey Survey, we are using it. If you have any clarification, so you can just clarify that thing.
Yeah.
And you can share. There is one more I forgot to say that.
Yes.
One more option is there. You can share your data set into guide and committee.
Okay.
So simultaneously they are getting responses.
Okay, sir.
So that is possible, sir. That is depend upon you and guide and committee. So we need to switch to this this kind of uses. That's also. Thank you.
Girish,
Yes, sir.
sir,
That is
Girish,
right. I had
sir,
asked
there is-
conventional universities. That's why I said
Yeah,
that.
that's true. So now the problem with the guide also, that I can say that if the guide is not comfortable with e-tools, and it's very difficult to convince them. Convince them, sir.
see, Girish, you can use both the Google form as well as your hard copy of
hard copies also.
data.
No. One more thing, sir, please, madam. See, if you want to take a printout of individual responses, there is a possibilities in Google form and Microsoft form. You just fill it in online.
Yeah.
There is an option called in settings option. If you are using the paid version, you'll get the printout.
Printout of the question.
One questionnaire will get printout. So you can keep the data the manual what you are
In
using
hard copy
traditional
manner.
method. Yes, hard copy manner. That's all. So that is possible. So do not use both the things. Either you go for e-tool or paper. In paper, there are lacunas. That's all.
If the guides are not convinced, then he can go for both. I said that's it.
Yeah,
If
true,
their
true.
guides are not, so if they insist their students to take up only hard copies, then he can use both.
Okay.
That's what I said. So it's all up
Yeah,
to your
true.
guide and you,
Guide and
between
you.
your
Got it.
guide and you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the clarification, madam and sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Thank you. Yeah, sir.
sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
ಸರ್
sir.
ಈಗ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಈಗ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 6 months ಅಥವಾ 1 year ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಸಿನಾಪ್ಸಿಸ್ ಏನು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಟೈಟಲ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಸರ್ವೆಗೆ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಸರ್?
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು 10-15 ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಕಲೋಕ್ಯಮನ್ನ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೊಬ್ರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೊಬ್ರು ಒಂದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಅದನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಿರೋದು. And one more thing ಏನಂದ್ರೆ the best way is the first we have to propose. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಸೊ ನೋ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಜೆನ್ವಿನ್ ರೂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ accepted ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಗೈಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ. ದಟ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಿನಾಪ್ಸಿಸ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ.
ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್
ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಕೊಡುವಾಗನೇ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್.
ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ ಅವರು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಗ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಅಥವಾ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 3 ಅಥವಾ 4th ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಾಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್
ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸರ್, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಯು ಸರ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ 2ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋ ಹೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್, ದಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದೇನು ತುಂಬಾ ಇದಾಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಯಾವ ಇಯರ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು
ಸರ್.
ಯಾ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Sir, sometimes respondents they don't have knowledge regarding how to answer these questions. So if for example if you are going to study about rural women or children, so they don't have knowledge regarding this. So during that, so in this time what we can do?
Yes, there are two options here. One is we can use the multi languages. Like say for example you can use I forgot to explain that. Actually, we can use Kannada also, no problem. The title we can write it in Kannada. The questions we can write it in Kannada. Responses we can write it in Kannada. One can do that. And one more thing, actually, I told already Girish sir and Nandini madam. So when we are using this tool, we have two options. One is directly we can go with the mobile or laptop or tab. So collect the data. So like what we are doing in a face-to-face interview, through that we can collect it. Or if the person is educated and well enough with the technology, you can just send the questionnaire, that's all.
Yes, sir.
So like that we can do it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
At the same time,
good afternoon,
if their respondents are do not know how to read the questions, their Google form does not work. So they have to go with hard copies only. Printed.
No, hard copy is not required. So
No,
go with the mobile. Prepared Google Sheet is enough actually. We can fill ourselves like ನಮ್ಮ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೇಮ್, yes we have to type name, age, gender, something like questions ಏನಿದೆ responses ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು fill ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗು. Why we need paper? My question of using e-tools, we have to reduce the burden of paperwork. So and we'll get the responses in the same way. Excel ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಸಿಗೋದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ, ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್, ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆನೇ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇವ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ನೀವು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಫ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆಲ್ ಎನಫ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು.
Yes, sir. Somebody has
Okay.
some questions.
Yeah, please.
Sir, namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Sir, from Gulbarga University, sir.
Thank you, sir. ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈಗ ನಾವು ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೆಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈಗ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಈ ತರ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಗೆ ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್,
ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಸರ್,
ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ.
ನಾನು ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಏನಂದ್ರೆ 2 ವಿಚಾರ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಪೇಪರ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋ ಬದಲಿಗೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ. You are not going to sending directly the question to that particular respondents. You are going with a tool of either e-tool with ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೊಬೈಲ್. ಈಗ ಟಚ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಫೋನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದನ್ ಎನಫ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟಾಸ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಾನು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾವೇನೆ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಐ ಗಿವನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್. ಅಪ್ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅವರ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ನ PDF ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅವರ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಪಿಕ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಅವರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅಕ್ನಾಲೆಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ನಾಲೆಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪಿಕ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಎನ್ಶೋರ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಎನ್ಶೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ತರದ್ದು. ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು ನೀವು, ಲಿಂಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯಾವ ಸೈಟ್ ಇಂದ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಾನು ಡೇಟಾ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ನ ಒಂದು ಶೀಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಿಕ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು ನಾನು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ವಿತ್ ದ ಈಸಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Okay sir, thank you sir, thank you very much. Thank you.
So I think there is no question.
Good afternoon sir.
Good afternoon sir.
Patel from Gulbarga.
Yes sir.
I'm very happy to speak to you as I was one of the employees working in KR Nagar, so it is very close to my heart.
Oh, thank you sir, thank you so much.
The 2004 I was working as a project implementer in KEB in KR Nagar.
Okay sir. And many of my colleagues are there here actually. Many of my colleagues like Shankar sir, Priyanka madam, Girish sir, Nandini madam, and other colleagues.
It is very close to me sir.
Okay sir. Thank you sir.
Me very well.
Hello. Thank you sir.
It is a very informative session sir. Just I have a small question.
Yes,
I have prepared a Google form now, but the Excel format is not clearly visible. So it is giving a descriptive answers over there. It is not coded as in Microsoft you have shown. So how to convert that into Excel sheet? I am not getting exactly.
Sir, actually, before I told you that the preparation part, actually, before the formulation the question in Google form itself, we need to very clear. So whether it is a close-ended and open-ended. If it is in an open-ended, it is very complex. We have to go with the coding, the manual coding. Hogbekagutte now. Say for example,
majority of my questions are close-ended only.
Close-ended, okay.
When I go to that Excel format, it is showing in terms of words, not in number.
Okay. So yeah, can you just? I am just texting my email ID here, chat box. I'm just typing. So can you share that sheet? I can see and call you back, sir. So without saying, it's very difficult. I'm just texted my email ID here. So you just send it that sheet. I'll see and I'll call you, sir. You just text your phone number and email ID, sir. So I'll call you back. I need to see that actually. So what it is actually, I'll see, sir.
Sure, sir. I will mail it to you.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So
Thank you.
Any questions actually?
Sir, hello.
Yeah, please, sir. Please, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರದರ್ಶಕತೆಯನ್ನ ಕಾಯ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಸರ್? ಈ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಾಗ ಈಗ ನಾವೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ಪಾರದರ್ಶಕತೆಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಾಯ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಚೇರ್ಪರ್ಸನ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ತೋರಿಸೋದು ಹೇಗೆ
ಸರ್? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಒಂದು. ಎರಡನೇದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಸೈನ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸೀಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮೈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 10 pages ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಆ ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಎಂಡ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ಸ್ ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆ ಕಾಪಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯುವಲಿ. ಒಂದು. ಎರಡನೇದು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಫೈಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್, ಇಫ್ ದಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಇಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಎಥಿಕಲ್ ಕಮಿಟೀಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಫೋಟೋಸ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು, ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು, ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು, ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆನ್ಸಿ ಏನು ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಸರ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I hope there are no further questions. We are going to end session
So,
because the next resource person is waiting already. So and I hope you all have gathered his expertise on technical work on e-tools of data collection. This shows his passion towards learning e-tools. I hope participants will use e-tools for their research work instead of paperwork of data collection in future. And Siddharth sir always promotes e-tools. E-tools. But if you do paperwork, you will learn, and it's a rigorous work to enter your data that we all have undergone.
Yes,
we have collected data 400 and odd, and he has collected, I think,
981
for your PhD work, more than
981.
Okay. Yeah, to upload everything on the SPPS and Excel, it's a rigorous work. So if you go through e-tools, that will be helpful for you, and you can reduce your time. So 3 months or 4 months for data entry will be reduced to, 1 day, I think. So thank you very much, Siddharth sir, for sharing your knowledge on e-tools for data collection. We look forward to hear you more about e-tools in future sessions too.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much for all participants for patient listening to me. And if I hope I have given justice. And if and anything, you just write back, and I will try to help you all guys in research process. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
And we have next session on introduction to computer and research. We go for 10 minutes break. Now the time is 2:18. We come back 2:30 sharply to listen to Dr. Manju's lecture on introduction to computer and research. I repeat once again, we will break for 10 minutes